I'm getting a lot of questions like this one. People that are asking things like, how come my neighbor down the street felt the earthquake and I didn't? Or I'm located closer to the earthquake than people that may be farther away. What's going on? And that's a really good question. So what you feel during an earthquake depends largely on where you are, but it also depends on other factors. So every earthquake has one magnitude. That's the amount of energy that was released during the earthquake. And the magnitude of this earthquake was a 4.1. But every earthquake generates many different intensities of earthquake shaking, and that depends on different factors. So the farther away you are from the earthquake, the less likely you are to feel shaking, and the more likely the shaking is to be weak. The closer you are to the earthquake, the stronger the shaking is likely to be, and the more likely you are to feel it. But other things also matter, like your local rock and soil conditions. So seismic waves, when they travel through bedrock, hard rock, they can just pass right through. But if they're soft sand and soil, that's going to shake harder and for a longer period of time. So imagine you have a table, right? And then on that table is a piece of rock that's strapped down and a bowl of jello that's strapped onto the table. And you shake the table, the rock is going to stop shaking as soon as you stop shaking the table, but the jello is going to keep shaking. And that's sort of like that loose, unconsolidated sediment. It's going to keep shaking. People that live on that kind of soil are going to feel the shaking, or more likely to feel the shaking than people that live on hard bedrock, even if they're the same distance away. Now, another thing that matters is where you are during the earthquake. So if you're lying in your bed and you're sort of quiet scrolling on TikTok or whatever, you're more likely to notice that weak to mild shaking that was generated by this earthquake compared to people that are out walking around or doing laundry or making breakfast or doing whatever you're doing 9 a.m. on a Saturday. Another thing is like the type of building you're in can make a difference. So people that are in tall buildings far away from large earthquakes may feel the swaying of the long period shaking more than people that are in smaller buildings the same distance away. So there's a lot of factors that go into what we feel during an earthquake. Let me know if that makes sense.